In the depths of Japanese mythology lies a realm shrouded in mystery, a land where the lines blur between life and death. This is Yomi no Kuni, often referred to simply as Yomi, the Japanese underworld. A shadowy, cavernous domain, Yomi is not just a place of physical decay, but a profound philosophical symbol of mortality. These ancient tales offer profound insights into how we perceive death, the afterlife, and the fragile essence of being human. But what is Yomi exactly, and why does its story continue to resonate to this day? Let's journey into these time-worn myths and uncover the secrets. To begin our story, we must first meet two divine figures. After all, creation and destruction are often two sides of the same coin. Izanagi and Izanami, the revered primordial deities in Japanese mythology, stand at the genesis of this tale. They were tasked with forming the islands of Japan, and through their union, they not only shaped land, but also brought forth numerous gods and beings. For a time, their work was a celebration of life itself. However, even divine bliss can be fleeting. The tragedy begins when Izanami, while giving birth to Kagutsuchi, the god of fire, suffers fatal injuries. Her death marks the turning point and sets the stage for the origin of Yomi. Unable to let go of his beloved partner, Izanagi, stricken with grief and vulnerability, decides to act against the natural order. He ventures into Yomi in an attempt to retrieve Izanami from the clutches of death. Yomi, as described in ancient scrolls and oral traditions, is not the infernal hell often depicted in Western religions. Instead, it is a grim, lifeless landscape where the deceased exist in an eternal state of decomposition, a proper antithesis to the vibrant world of the living. It is said to be perpetually dark, with shifting shadows and a sense of profound emptiness. As Izanagi descends, we can only imagine the eeriness of his journey, a descent into a cave said to be the entrance between worlds. Through narrow passages and uncharted darkness, he eventually finds Izanami. Yet, she is no longer the radiant partner he remembers. She warns him explicitly not to gaze upon her. But love, curiosity, or perhaps desperation compels Izanagi to light a torch. What he sees is horrifying. Izanami's once divine form is now a decaying cadaver, an unsettling image that crystallizes the separation between the living and the dead. The myth could end there, but such tales always have repercussions. Upon seeing his horror and realizing that Izanagi has broken his promise, Izanami's sorrow turns to anger. She lashes out, vowing to bring suffering upon the living world. With a contingent of spirits and apparitions chasing Izanagi out of Yomi, the scene transforms into one of sheer cosmic terror. Izanagi narrowly escapes back into the world of the living, but only after using a massive boulder to seal the entrance to Yomi, thereby ensuring the separation between the two realms. The world outside Yomi is no longer the same for Izanagi. His experience in the underworld leaves him spiritually defiled. To cleanse himself, Izanagi performs the Mythology, an ancient purification ritual, by immersing himself in a river. This act not only washes away Yomi's taint, but also symbolizes renewal, a shedding of grief and impurities. From this purification, deities were born. Amaterasu, the sun goddess, who became the centerpiece of Shinto beliefs, and Susanoo, the storm god, notorious for his mischief. Thus, even in despair and failure, the seeds of creation were sown anew. Now let us pause and delve into what Yomi represents symbolically. Its significance stretches far beyond the narrative alone. Yomi, as a mythological construct, serves as a profound reminder of mortality's inevitable grasp. It warns against tampering with the natural order by defying death or clinging too tightly to the past. Izanagi's descent and eventual return serve as both a cautionary tale and an insight into the human condition: love, grief, the fear of loss, and the acceptance of life's transient beauty. In Shinto, these myths do not just function as stories, but manifest in the very core of their spiritual practices. Rituals of purification, such as the one Izanagi performed, are still conducted to cleanse spiritual and emotional impurities. Shrines across Japan often host purification rites as part of their ceremonies. The pivot of Shinto beliefs revolves around harmony, balance, and the acknowledgement of life's cycles, a stark difference from the eternal damnation preached in more punitive spiritual traditions. Death in Shinto is not seen as a form of moral reckoning, but rather as the natural counterpart to life. Yomi's somber nature reflects these beliefs. It is neither a place of torment nor reward. Rather, it is a realm of quiet dormancy, a resting place for souls whose time in the vibrant world has ended. This notion fosters the understanding that death must be embraced as a necessary counterpart to birth, growth, and prosperity. The core ideas of Yomi ripple across Japanese culture. This influence is particularly evident during the Obon festival, a celebration held each summer to honor the spirits of ancestors. Families welcome the spirits of their beloved dead back into the physical world briefly, remembering and cherishing the bonds that transcend time. As festival lanterns light up streets and waters, symbolizing spirits' passage, an unspoken echo of the bond between Izanagi and Izanami reverberates. Beyond rituals, Yomi has shaped Japanese art and storytelling for centuries. Its themes are found in No theater, a traditional Japanese performance art where existential motifs of life, death, and afterlife take center stage. Even modern Japanese pop culture, from manga to anime, adapts the myth of Yomi, reinterpreting it for new audiences while keeping its essence intact. However, what makes Yomi so enduring in its appeal? Perhaps it is its unflinching portrayal of mortality, not wrapped in fantasies of eternal reward or punishment, but as a stark inevitability that emphasizes the beauty and fragility of life itself. The very idea resonates deeply with the human condition, bridging ancient mythology with contemporary spiritual understanding. We often seek explanations for the unknown, especially when confronted with death, a concept as old as humanity, yet perpetually mysterious. Myths like Yomi open doors to this pondering, not as answers, but as guiding stars in the night sky of our uncertainties. As you walk through the streets of Japan, with its serene Shinto shrines and flowing purification waters, perhaps you might sense the echoes of these ancient tales, a bridge between the now and the infinite. In the end, the story of Yomi is not one of despair, but profound comprehension. It is a tale that tells us to accept, to celebrate, and to move forward with grace. It reminds us that in every loss, there is a chance for rebirth, much like Izanagi, who emerged from Yomi to create anew. So while the gates to Yomi might remain sealed, the lessons it holds continue to shape hearts and minds, inviting us to view the world and our place within it with an enduring sense of awe and reverence. If you enjoyed learning about these enchanted myths and their timeless wisdom, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more explorations of humanity's ancient stories and their modern reflections.